Well, that's some George Ryan. I'll get back to him a little later, maybe. And where are we here? Well, here's, I'm going to save this other poem for later, poet for later. So here's a poem. I got a magazine today called 9 Mile, and I was wondering why I got it. I don't subscribe to it, and I don't have a poem in it. And then I thought, oh, there's a piece by on Robert Bly, who's got his big picture on the back there, by Stephen Kosciuszko, who's a friend of mine. And then I was looking through it, and what do you know? There's a poem two poems by our own Gwendolyn Soper of Utah and other places. So she has a little picture in here about the size of a postage stamp, like the other poets. So let me read one of her poems here. She has 2 poems in it. One's called The Rain in Utah. I'm going to read the other one called The Legend of John Dory. And it's dedicated to a couple of friends of hers in Croatia, in the town, one of the towns on the Adriatic there, I think it is, called Split. I always thought that would be a kind of a jazzy town to go to. Split, let's split, or get a split of champagne, and then split. And it's called The Legend of John Dory. Well, the first thing you might think about is that this is a shipwreck, kind of like the wreck of the Hesperus by Gerard Manley Hopkins, or also something like the Edmund Fitzgerald, that kind of ballad about a Gordon Lightfoot ballad of a ship. But the John Dory is actually a fish named after the first man to ever catch a John Dory, which is not correct. In fact, the John Dory goes back to the time of Christ, according to legend. And this goes into the legend of John Dory. It's a sign of intelligence to try new food, and the salty Balkan air made me bolder with every wave that brought us here, with the thrum of the old boat. I felt reckless as a Puritan walking out on the sermon about the fall and the imminent dangers resulting from desire. The eyes are the best part, the waiter said, after he set our plates down on the table, beaten by hot island sun. This is how you suck them out. So we picked up the fish and slurped, my tongue that wet, salty shore where a fisherman once cast his net into the sea for one last time before dropping it to fish for men. When he left his boat, St. Peter saw a fish, a remarkable flatfish with a coin in its mouth to pay temple taxes. When he picked it up to retrieve the money, he left a thumbprint on its side. These fish, from the family of Zeus, still carry the oval mark, still thinking of salt and water, apostles and knotted nets, still feeling an inner fire. I look up and see the way you are looking at me. Soon I am swimming with desire. Nice last line. Gathering the watery into an erotic metaphor. So that's our very own Gwendolyn Soper with a poem in the magazine called 9 Mile, New York State magazine, and a poem called The Legend of John Dory. And that's the legend of, how the